Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. How we doing tonight? Happy to see everybody on here. Happy Monday. Go ahead and get comfortable. We're gonna start in our Savasana or corpse pose. Put a pillow underneath of the head. Prop the second one up underneath of your legs. Recline back. You can bring your palms to rest on your belly. You can bring them palms up, whichever you prefer. Just get comfortable here. Close your eyes. Begin to connect with your breath. Yin yoga is a passive yoga practice in which you hold stretches for long periods of time. These sequences help balance out active workouts that so many of us do on a regular basis. Physically, yin yoga targets the connective tissues in the body and energetically balances out the meridians in our bodies. In Chinese medicine, the meridian is the internal pathway that is responsible for carrying our life force or our qi. Yin qualities can be thought of more internal, passive, cooling, and downward, while yang is more external, dynamic, warming, and upward. Yin and yang are relative to each other, and one cannot exist without the other. Just like you can't have day without night, for example. The two make up a whole. Many of us live active, yang-oriented lives with lots of external stimulation, working long hours trying to get everywhere fast. This isn't all bad news. We get things done, and we have a lot of fun this way. But eventually we can run the risk of becoming overstimulated and burnt out, or we run into health problems. So it's really good that we balance these things out with yin activities, taking times out when we can for quietness and calmness. In today's fast-paced lifestyle, it's important to take this time to slow down once in a while. We need a healthy balance of work and self-indulgence in our lives. Go ahead and grab for the bottoms of your feet, pulling the knees up in towards your armpits, simultaneously pushing and pulling on the bottom of the feet as you flatten the back into the mat here for your happy baby. Creating a nice bit of tension here. Again, focusing on your breath. Mess around with the placement of your hands. Maybe grab the inside of the feet if you normally grab the outside, or grab the outside if you normally grab the inside. Take a second here to find whichever variation speaks to you this evening. Close your eyes and commit to being here now. Scanning through your body for sensations from head to toe. This is considered a deep hip opener that lengthens the spine and helps relieve tension in the lower back. Just breathe here in this innocent, playful posture. As you hold this pose, it calms the brain and helps relieve stress and fatigue. If your mind began to wander at all, bring it back to the sensations in your body. Release the feet slowly. Grab both knees, hug them in towards your chest, grabbing for opposite elbows, wrists, or forearms, and begin to just rock back and forth from side to side, giving yourself a nice hug here. Go ahead and release back out into Savasana, moving the pillows over to your left side, maybe using one, maybe using both here. Draw the knees in towards your chest, keeping them close. Wrap that right leg over the left, actively trying to pull the right foot toward around the back of that left ankle if you can. And drop the legs over to the left here. Extend the right arm out to the right. Drape the left arm across your body and bring the gaze over to the right here, using that pillow as support underneath the knee. Keeping in mind that when you pull the knees closer to the chest, you're going to be stretching more in the hips and the low back, whereas if you pull it further away from you, you're working more of the outer hips and the groin. Close your eyes, and as you inhale, envision yourself restoring balance and flexibility into your spine. And as you exhale, allow yourself to sink deeper into a state of relaxation. This deeper twist variation puts more pressure on the digestive system and the internal organs. Gives them almost like a massage. This helps with digestion and overall functionality of your body's systems. When your body's functioning properly, sleep patterns also become more regular. Again, if your attention wanders, just bring it back to your breath. Focusing on staying present in the moment. Slowly nurturing your body, untwist, come back to center. Take that pillow and drop it over onto the right side. This time taking that left leg, crossing it over the right, actively trying to pull that left ankle around that right ankle. Begin to drop the knees over to the left side, or excuse me, to the right side. Extending the left arm out, bring that right arm across your belly, bring the gaze over to the left. Again, taking a couple seconds to find your Goldilocks position here. When we twist, we're also restoring neutrality and balance to our nervous system. As you breathe on this side, envision yourself restoring balance back into your mind and into your body. Again, nurture your body as you untwist. Take your time, slowly come up to sit into your staff pose. This is where your props are going to come in handy if you have them. If you don't, I'm going to show you real quick. Just get comfortable in your butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Recline all the way back onto your back. And bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. If you have your props, I'm going to show you another variation. Bring your soles of your feet together. Take your block, bring it up underneath of your feet so that you've got a little bit of elevation going on right here. Take your strap and make a big loop with it so that it fits all the way around you. If I could get it. Once you've got that loop, bring the strap around you. And you're gonna wanna have it up above the hips, right, kind of right on it, like right on the hip bone right here, as if you're wearing some bell bottoms right here. And then you're gonna take it, lift your ankles up, slide the strap around your ankles so that it sits underneath of your feet when your feet come down onto the block, but it's resting right on top here. Once you've got it secure and you pull it a little bit of tightness here so that you feel a little bit of a resistance on the sides, and then slowly recline back onto the forearms and then come flat onto your back. Once you get flat onto your back, again, maybe pulling the strap a little bit tighter here to get comfortable, just where you feel a nice little bit of a pull, opening the groin, feeling a nice release in the low back. That elevation is going to also help release the low back as well. Take a couple more seconds here to get comfortable. Close your eyes. This pose is said to relax your whole body. It helps relieve tension, mild depression, anxiety, and fatigue. Begin to scan through your body from head to toe, noticing the sensations that arise in this variation. Butterflies are said to awaken a sense of lightness and joy, and they remind us that life is like a dance. And the dance, though powerful, is also a great pleasure. See if you can let go further into the pose. Scan through your body. Look for the pleasure that you feel in this shape. Butterflies are also present to help us remind us that change is necessary if the opportunity arises. Transformation is inevitable, and the butterfly will help teach you that growth and change doesn't have to be traumatic. It can occur gently, sweetly, and as joyfully as we wish. Keep focusing on your breath and the sensations in your body here. Again, if random thoughts from your day enter your mind, acknowledge them and let them float by. Bringing your attention back to your breath and back to the current moment. Take one more big deep breath in and out here in this posture. And then slowly begin to loosen the strap. Releasing it from around the ankles, maybe sliding that block over to the side. Press into the hands and slowly lift yourself up off of the mat. Remove the strap from around you. Leave it off to the side. We won't use it again until the end of our practice. Go ahead and place the bottoms of the feet on the mat. Drop your hands behind you and just wiper blade your legs from the left into the right. Just neutralizing the hips after that. Come to sit in the center of the mat. Draw your left heel to your right glute. And then stack that right knee directly on top. Flex the toes here. Play around with the placement of your ankles. Make sure both sit bones are rooted down firmly. You can slide the ankles in closer for a little bit more tension, or you can pull them further away. You're going to feel that more in the outer hips. Just take a second to get comfortable here. Grab your block if you have it, and put it over to the left side. If you don't have a block, you've got two options. You can come over to the side. You want to keep both sit bones rooted down. So if the elbow is too deep of a stretch here for you, bring the arm up and over. You can relax down onto your left hand and just bring the right arm up and over. If you have a block, I suggest putting it on level 2 or level 3. 2 is going to be the second height, 3 is the highest. Again, bring that left elbow here. Reach the right arm up and over. Clasp the hands and rest the head into the bottom hand there. And just kind of make like a basket for the back of your head here. Close your eyes, breathe into the side body and into the stretch. This is a deep hip opener, so we're not going to hold this one as long as the rest of the poses today. This variation targets opening the outer hips and releasing any tension or stress that we might be holding there. Pay attention to the sensations in your body, focusing on sending breath to the areas that you feel tightness. Slowly release the clasp and sit upright. Take your block, if you have it, and place it in front of you on level 2 or level 3. Again, grounding down through the sit bone, sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just walk the hands forward. If you don't have the block, come to rest on your forearms and just let your head and neck hang softly in front of you. If you have a block and you want to rest your forehead on the block right there, you can do that too. This variation helps decompress the lower spine, helps with lower back pain. Again, breathing into the sensations in any areas that you feel tightness. Take a big deep breath in, press into the hands, slowly round the spine up, one vertebrae at a time, bringing your head to come up last. Maybe rolling the shoulders down and back a few times when you rise back up. Bring the block over to the right side. Place your hands firmly into the mat on the left side. Press into that right foot, the foot that's on top. Lift up off of your glutes. Walk the hands behind you. Twisting the legs in front of you and coming to sit back down onto your glutes. Nice little magic twist there in the middle. The opposite leg should be on top now. Again, take a second to get comfortable here. Ground down through the sit bones. Find that nice placement for your ankles and your feet. Flex the toes in. Sit up nice and tall. And again, finding whichever variation of the side stretch speaks to you this evening and that you chose on the first side. Close your eyes. Just breathe here. Constantly practicing yin yoga brings balance to your life on and off the mat. It's a meditative practice that slows your reactive tendencies and brings more calmness into your mind, your body, and your soul. When you focus on your breathing, you bring calmness to your entire body. Slowly release out, sit up nice and tall once more. Take another big deep breath in, bring that block in front of you if you're using it. If not, as you exhale, begin to walk forward, hinging at the hips, relax the head and neck down, maybe resting it on that block if it's there. Close your eyes and begin to envision that there's a bed of roses beneath you. Remember that if you don't stop and smell the roses once in a while, your body's going to make that time for you. Take another big deep breath in. Firmly root down through the hands and roll the spine up again, one vertebrae at a time, bringing that head to come up last. And again, taking a few shoulder rolls as you come back up. Drop the hands behind you. Separate the legs wide, keep the knees bent. Place the bottoms of the feet on the mat. And again, just wiper blade your legs from the left into the right a few times. Going as fast or as slow as you like. Once you're ready to move on, meet me on a tabletop. Checking your alignment when you get there. Make sure that your hands are directly below the shoulders. The hips are above the knees. You've got about a fist distance between the chin and the chest, and your gaze is down. Begin to walk your hands forward. For your melting heart, you're bringing the chest straight down to the mat. You can rest your chin on the mat or your forehead on the mat here, yogi's choice. The main thing here is that you're keeping your hips directly above your knees, and you're remembering to breathe. Take a few more seconds to get really comfortable here. Unclench the jaw, focus on your breath. Melting heart is a great pose to do after a long day of work behind a desk or after driving long periods, when your shoulders and your upper back are unconsciously rolling forward most of the time. It's said that after doing this asana, that you're going to feel like you've been reborn again. Focus on the sensations that you're feeling in your shoulders, your back, maybe even in the chest. Firmly press into the hands, lifting the torso up and coming back into your tabletop nice and slow. Take your time. There's no need to rush here. Maybe taking a couple cat-cows when you come out if it feels good to you. Find a neutral tabletop. Walk the hands out in front of you about 4 to 6 inches, give or take. Bring that right knee to your right wrist. Let the shin bone lay down naturally. Walk that left leg straight out behind you, squaring the hips off here to the top of the mat. Come down onto your forearms, and then take your right arm and thread it underneath of the left. Bring your right cheek to the mat, and go ahead, and you have 2 options. This left arm, you can extend it straight out in front of you. If it feels comfortable for you, you can relax that left arm across the back and just drape it there. Nothing active. Melt the face down into the mat as if you're listening to a secret beneath the surface. Close your eyes. Just breathe. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, it reads in Sanskrit, Sitra, Sukhnam, Asanam. Sitra means steady, Sukhanam means happy, Asanam refers to the poses. All poses have a balance to them and a point of grounding. Take note of which parts of your body are in contact with the earth here. Feel anchored, feel connected, feel grounded. Most of all, feel balanced. Whichever placement you chose for that left arm, bring it back down in front of your face. Press into the mat, lifting the torso up slowly. Press into the hands, tuck the toes of that left foot, and bring that right leg back, coming into your tabletop. Maybe extend that right leg out behind you, flex the toes, point the toes, make some circles with your ankle. Maybe bend that knee and make some big circles with the knee. Just getting the blood flow back into that right leg there for you. Again, coming back into your tabletop, walk the hands out again, 4 to 6 inches. This time the left knee is coming up and over to the left wrist. Walk that right leg out, squaring your hips to the top of the mat once more. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, come down onto your forearms. This time the left arm's threading underneath of the right, that left cheek's coming down to the mat. And again, choosing whichever arm variation for the right arm that felt good to you on the first side. Yoga is all about balance, so make sure we're balancing out, doing the same thing on both sides here. While each of these poses has a sense of strength and steadiness manifesting somewhere, this sutra also reminds us that despite steadiness, we also need pleasure. So I ask you, what's the challenging aspect of this pose? What's the easy part? Where do you feel heavy? Where do you feel light? If you only allow your mind to focus on the hard parts, are you really practicing yoga with Sukhnam? Bring that right arm in front of your face. Slowly peel your torso up off of the mat. Press yourself back up into your tabletop once more, nice and slowly, extending that left leg out behind you. Again, making circles with the ankle, flexing the toes, pointing the toes, bending that knee. Whatever you did on the first side, do on the second side. Just getting blood flow back into the body here. Once you're ready, swing your legs back around in front of you. Come to sit onto your glutes. Go ahead and bring a pillow for underneath of your head here. If you don't have any blocks, yoga blocks, just recline back onto your forearms. Prop your chest up towards the sky. Really lead with the chest, and then relax the head and neck back if it feels good to you, resting onto that pillow. If you have a yoga block, you can still keep your pillow right there if you'd like. Bring the block lengthwise in between the two shoulder blades here. You're going to want it up almost at the bra strap line so that it's not digging into the vertebrae right here in the center of the back. Recline back onto the forearms. Take a second there to get comfortable with the block there on the back and in between the shoulder blades. Relax the head and neck back. Again, resting on the pillow if you'd like. Extend the arms out to a T or extend them all the way up overhead, your choice. Closing your eyes and breathing here. This mild activation of the heart leaves us feeling open and balanced. You're ready to receive all of the gifts that this life has to offer. As you breathe here, envision the color of green wrapping around your body, the color of our heart chakra, the Anahata chakra. Envision yourself wrapped in love and full of light. Slowly walk yourself back up the way you walked yourself down. When you come up, you might see Yoga Fairy's little spots. Take your time, take a few deep breaths. No need to rush. Whenever you're ready, press into the hands, bring the feet out to the edges of your mat, lift the glutes up off of the mat, and come into your Malasana squat, only we're gonna make this less active. We're not pressing into the elbows with the knees or the knees into the elbows. You're just gonna round the spine, bring the head down, relax the chin towards the chest, and make like a big circle with your arms. You can rest one hand on top of the other. You can interlace the fingers. Wherever you feel comfortable here. We're just focusing on releasing the low back and upper shoulders here and relaxing the head and neck down and letting the weight of gravity in our head do all the work here in this pose. As you fold forward, begin to tune inward. In this pose, you're increasing blood flow to the pelvis area. This is going to help regulate your sexual energy, and you're also releasing stress from your head to your toe. This pose also helps improve balance, focus, and concentration. Just keep scanning through your body from head to toe, letting go whatever leftover tension or stress you might be holding on to this evening. Slowly round back up. Bring the hands behind you and just sit back down onto your glutes nice and slow, extending those legs out in front of you once more, maybe wiggling them a little bit, pinching up on the knees a couple times, just getting blood flow again back into the legs, checking in with the sensations that we've got going on. Now, if you've got your strap, pull that close by. If you don't have a strap, I'm going to put you into the pose right away. Move everything out of the way off of the mat. Come down onto your back. Reach up overhead and grab for opposite elbows here. Keep both shoulders rooted down into the mat. We're setting up for our banana asana. You're going to walk your upper body to the right, followed by your lower body. Once you're not making a nice crescent shape here, make sure both hips and shoulders are still rooted down. You can take that left ankle, cross it over the right to go a little bit deeper. Now, if you've got a yoga strap, got a little bit deeper of a variation here for you. Make a nice loop, little enough at the end for you to wrap around both ankles. Take the left ankle, wrap it over the right. Once it's secure around the bottom of the feet, recline back. Reach up overhead, holding onto that strap. Now, take the strap into the left hand. Walk the upper body over to the right, extending that right arm out to the side, already creating a little bit of tension here because that left hand is holding extended straight out above the head with the strap. We've already got a little bit of tension as the upper body goes. Slowly begin to walk your lower body over. Again, now you're going to see that the strap loosens and you've got a little bit of slack here that you can tighten more. Tighten it a little bit more, keeping that both shoulders rooted down, maybe arching that left arm just a little bit as you straighten the right arm out. Pulling here, feeling a nice stretch along the whole side body. Take a couple more seconds to get comfortable here. Finding that little bit of resilience and that edge that you like. Don't go too far because we're going to be holding it for about 3 minutes. So get comfortable and breathe into the stretch and into the side body. If your mind began to wander, acknowledge it and come back to the breath. Got a little less than a minute left here. Slowly begin to walk the upper body back to center, followed by the lower body. Again, no need to rush. Jarring movements become counterproductive in our practice. Once you get back to center, if you don't have the yoga strap, unclasp your arms and take the opposite clasp. So whatever arm was on bottom, put it on top. I guess you can do it with strap too. It doesn't really matter. You're going to need the opposite strength here. Walk the upper body over to the left first, followed by your lower body. Again, if you have the strap, you're going to cross that right leg over the left. Pull the strap tight if you have it. If not, stay right here, keeping your shoulders rooted down and the hips rooted down. If you've got your strap, opposite clasp this time. That right arm's hooking over the top of the head. The left arm's extending straight out. Again, taking a couple seconds to really get comfortable here. Keeping the hips and shoulders rooted down. Close your eyes. Just breathe. This pose is considered one of the best poses for rest and relaxation. Notice how one side might be tighter than the other. Take one more big deep breath in and out on this side. And then slowly begin to release yourself out. Upper body followed by the lower body. If you use the strap, you can release it from around your ankles. Go ahead and toss it over to the side. Again, grabbing a pillow for underneath of your head, maybe one for underneath of your legs. Getting comfortable in your final resting pose here. Walk the shoulders down away from your ears. Bring your palms to face up. Close your eyes. Get comfortable here. Release any and all tension that might be remaining in your body. Begin to let the benefits of this yin yoga sequence sink into your mind and into your soul. Focus on your breathing and begin to scan through your body one last time for any residual tightness or stress that you can let go of. Take a big deep breath in Feel your back body melts farther into the mat. And as you exhale, release any of those energies that no longer serve you and just relax. Wherever your attention may have drifted, bring it back to your breath. Begin to deepen it, maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes, turning your head from left to right. Just bring awareness back into the body and into the room. Maybe rolling over to the fetal side of your choice and using your arms as a pillow. Still keeping the eyes closed or downcast. Smile because you gave yourself this time this evening. Begin to scan through your body once more. Notice any physical or emotional changes, or possibly both, that may have taken place in the body and the mind throughout your practice this evening. Whenever you're ready, push yourself back up to an easy seat, bringing your hands into heart center. As in all practices, we must remember that everything is connected. Our emotional and energetic bodies are deeply linked to our physical bodies. One does not get worked independently of the other. It's imperative to practice cultivating balance on and off the mat every single day of our life. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.